Welcome in. It is already week 4. We are doing 1 month now
Oh my gosh,
of
it's
game of the week
crazy.
announcements. Sydney, we had a great weekend of football, all
Oh,
the way
so
from
good.
from NFL to college, down here to high school.
Yeah.
A&M got a big win over Notre Dame.
Wasn't that such a fun
Yes,
game?
yes.
Were you watching?
Yes, I was watching it at
So good.
Caesars in New
Oh,
Orleans
nice.
on
What
like
a
the
good spot.
big TVs.
I can only imagine how crazy
Yeah,
that
it
place
was
went.
it was pretty insane seeing how that one ended.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights though was great last week.
So
Sydney,
good.
what did you think of last week?
Yeah, it was so great. Another really good week. A lot of teams really starting to establish themselves. Some teams falling a little bit behind. Other teams making huge strides. I think Salado had a really big response last week after losing kind of big to land passes the week prior. University, man, they really showed why they're one of the top dogs in their division. They looked so good from Devontre Kirkland. He had 4 sacks in that game. That's insane. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to ask Adrian. I'm like, did you get any of those sacks? Because I don't remember seeing them in the highlights. I'm like, what happened there, dude? He would have been one of our player of the week
Adrian,
nominations.
he was too busy getting that trophy ready for them.
Totally fair. And they were our champions last week too.
Yes.
Savoy Nichols, what a great athlete he is. He really showed and established himself in that one. And he's still got another year left, which is so crazy to me. But yeah, so many good wins, lots of good teams. I was surprised to see Harker Heights drop to Dripping Springs, but that was a really close matchup last week. I think the Harker Heights Knights come back and respond big time. So no worries for them, but just kind of surprising to see that. But yeah, any teams or any guys that stood out to you?
Yes, actually. So I was out at Lorena
Yeah.
for my first game, and their quarterback, man, number 10, Jackson Blancett.
Yeah.
He is tall. So whenever you get on the field with him, it's like, oh my gosh, this dude's like, he's a junior, so he's not even 18.
Wow.
And this guy has got to be like 6'4", 6'5", and he
Yeah.
throws the ball pretty effortlessly. Their offense is great. They had a pretty nice game. Their defense kind of contributed to their loss a bit, but their offense looks good, and
Good.
he's really who stood out to me in that game.
Good. Love to hear it. Midway also getting another big win too. So good. They just look really. They're 3-0. They're one of our. We don't have a lot of undefeated
Yeah.
teams left, but they're one of them, and they look
Yeah,
really
and that
good.
was like what I said in preseason on our kickoff show
Yeah.
was Midway. I want to see them take a jump. Like
Yeah.
they have all the pieces to do so. They have the good coach, and so it seems they've gotten off to a hot start. Let's see if they can take that into conference play. But Sydney,
sure.
do you kind of want to segue now into
Yeah.
this week?
Yes, let's get to it. This week's game of the week, we're heading out to a good matchup between a team who's looking for their first win and for a team who's fighting for what they have right now with who they have. This injury has plagued one of them. So let's go ahead and let Michael's awesome hype video take it
Yes.
away and announce this week's game of the week matchup.
All right, Sydney, we're headed out to Salado.
Let's do it.
There was some foreshadowing there. I know you mentioned Salado.
Yeah.
When we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
But Little River Academy, we can go ahead and start with them. They are the away team. They're 0-3 right now, but all of their losses have been super close. Sydney, can you tell us a little bit
Oh,
about what we can
gosh.
see from the Bumblebees?
Yeah, this team is on the verge of
Yes.
a win, and that's something that head coach Ty Kuhn talked to me about earlier this morning when I was out at practice. He and this team are just like so close. A lot of these games have been lost by 3 points or less, one of those being by a touchdown or less. Last week they lost to Burnett 31-28, that final score. They were leading 7-0 after the first quarter and then kind of played from behind for the rest of the game, so that's where things kind of fell apart. But Coach Ty Kuhn, he's a character, that's for sure. And he is really motivated right now, and it doesn't feel like this team is 0-3. He even said to me, it feels like we're 3-0 right now. it doesn't feel like we're an 0-3 team. We could easily be 3-0, and that's what they've been really striving towards. It's a little mistakes that have got them. So working and staying disciplined throughout practice is huge. They're a really well coached team, though. It's going to be hard, and he says that the winning mindset around here is a consensus for this group. Let's go ahead and hear him talk a little bit more about that.
We feel like we could very easily be 3-0 right now, and just some self-sabotage and mistakes on our side has allowed us to not get our first win. But we're playing really hard football, and the kids are doing everything we're asking them to do, and so I know that they're excited and are looking for that first win. It's a consensus around here that we're tired of losing and we want to win a football game, and so we practice every day like we're trying to win the first one, because we are. So they've been working really hard, and I've been proud of them.
Yes, Sydney. So I know Sarah, also, who we've had here on KCEN Kickoff,
Yeah.
is a huge fan of the Bumblebees.
Yes.
And they're exciting. When it's a team like this with a new coach,
Yeah.
seeing them be this close every single game, it's like, okay, is this the week that they're finally going to come out on the winning side of that? Because one-score games, they can flip-flop from season to season, as we've seen with some of these teams. So hopefully they can maybe get their first win against Salado.
I think something to point out, too, is these losses they've had have all come against bigger schools, too. They started off the season taking on Connolly, who, is a bigger school than them. Connolly loaded with talent this season as well.
They were recruits too.
Yes, like they're a stacked group, very senior heavy team. And then obviously Burnett, a bigger school than them too. And they only lost to them by a touchdown. Lexington is a really good team who they lost to in week 2. They're still undefeated, and they only lost to them by a touchdown. So they are like so close to putting the pieces together. They have such a good defense, Little River Academy. That's something Coach Tycoon was really proud of, and something he talked about during our Coach's Corner interview that we did with him over the summer. His son plays on that defense. Javion White, who's a senior this year, was one of our Player of the Weeks last season. Like, they are just such a sound group defensively. It just seems like offensively they got to just continue to find that spark, and they're putting up points. So it's not like they're incapable. It's just those little things that it seems to have come down to that they're going to have to put the pieces together and really get corrected. But the parallels between Little River Academy and Salado, that's something both head coaches talked about. They both know they're playing tough teams in each other. They both know they're kind of smaller town schools who have a lot of pride and have such fun fan bases. So you have two groups that really kind of mirror each other in a lot of ways, both looking for a really big win here before district play starts to kick off.
Yeah, and you mentioned kind of finding that spark on offense, and Salado's had to find that really not from just the beginning of the season, but their quarterback has gone down, and they've had to find it again with their backup. They did have a loss to Lampasas, but this is their second game of the season without Devontae Foster. What do you think we can see from Salado this week against Little River?
Yeah. Continued physicality from them. I think we're really starting to see their sophomore quarterback, Landon Owens, turn a corner and really continue to step up. When I asked Coach about Landon, he was like, which I didn't know, he said Landon came in over the summer and really has been learning the playbook from scratch. Like, he has had to start from fresh and really learn a lot of things. But after a mediocre first half last year where they went into the locker room only up by a touchdown, 21-14, they come back out to score 21 unanswered. You don't see that a lot from a sophomore, first of all, but just like a younger guy in general who's really learning to take the reins. Their win was over Giddings, 42-14, but I think this really speaks to what a character and a piece of the team Devontae Foster is, their quarterback who went out. He's a senior. He does it all. He plays soccer. He's all over the place, But Devontae, I saw him at practice today. He is in Landon's ear. He is helping coach him. He is right there with the offense. He isn't skipping a beat. Like, he is just as much a part of this team even when he's on the sidelines as he is in. But I know for Coach Ricky Beatty, he had talked about Landon and how he's really seen him, form as a leader here in the last couple weeks.
He came in this summer, basically, and for the first time learning our offense and stuff. And so it took him a little bit to learn, obviously, because he's late coming in on it. But the more comfortable he feels, the better he plays, the more confident he is in his abilities, the more we move the ball and stuff like that. So he's growing into the spot he needs to be and doing a good job.
All right, and yes, again, that one is going to be in Salado at 7:30. Sydney, very excited for that one. Are there any other games that we can expect to be excited for this weekend?
Of course. There's another gauntlet of a schedule. We've got the Classic Clash going on in College Station this week. College Station versus A&M Consolidated, two schools right down the road from each other, really good programs, a rivalry matchup. That one kicks off at 7 on Friday. Killeen and Brenham go head-to-head. Brenham is 3-0 to start the season, and obviously Killeen's still looking for their first win. Killeen is so close to being there and getting a win this season, and I think that could be a really good chance for them to maybe sneak up on a team. So that'll be a good one. Midway plays a Friday game finally. They're hosting Mansfield.
It's like they've been on Thursday and Saturday.
They've been our Thursday Warriors. I always call them that. They're our Thursday champions because they keep winning on Thursdays and they keep us busy on Thursdays. So we appreciate it for sure. Sorry, I'm taking a look at some other games that we've got going on as well. Oh, I know Connolly plays Alvarado, which is who Robinson lost to last week. Alvarado, a really tough team. So we'll get a really good taste of who this Connolly group is when they take, I think they're hosting Alvarado too, if I'm not mistaken. So really good matchup there. Lampasas and Wimberley. Wimberley was a team that made it to the Final Four last season. So Lampasas is going to have their hands full. Lampasas is still undefeated. Another one of our 3-0 teams. So yeah, and then Gatesville hosts McGregor. They're 3-0. McGregor's still looking for their first win. Should be a good one. But yeah, so many great games again.
Yeah, I think I'm circling that Killeen Brenham matchup. Is that one in Brenham or Killeen?
No, it's in Killeen.
Okay, I was like, man, if it was in Brenham, go ahead and send me that way. I'll go pick up some Bluebell for us, Sydney.
Oh, that would be so great.
Unfortunate, we'll have to get out to a Brenham game this season.
Yes, for sure.
See some great football and
yeah,
maybe eat some great ice cream. But I'm very excited for game of the week. We also have college football and we have NFL as well this weekend, and KCEN kickoff tomorrow.
Yep.
Where we'll talk about everything from last week and more. But Sydney, I think that's it for me until Friday for high school.
Yeah, I think so too. We've got, this Game of the Week preview right here. We'll talk more about it tonight at 6 and at 10 o'clock. And then, of course, on Friday, we'll be live from the games, giving you all the details and previews ahead of time. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good slate for us.
I think that's a wrap. We will see you guys in Salado on Friday night. Thanks for watching.
Friday Night Lights Game of the Week is sponsored by Astound, Members Choice Credit Union, and Hillsborough Ford.